Kanaka Million goes with and stays with.
Kia ora, good evening everybody. You're here with Boys Get Paid, coming at you live from the Export Beer Garden studio on another Thursday night, and it is a derby Thursday night. We've got the TAB Trackside NZ Derby on Saturday, and we are bloody pumped about it. We think we've got 4 stakes races, plus the Rangitoto Classic as well. It's going to be a hell of a podcast. The lads have been looking at the form, and it's great to have you fellas here with us. How are you, Luke? You good, mate?
Very excited as we head into the Group 1 Derby on Saturday with a $1.40 shot. What could go wrong?
Of course, Luke's coming off the Kentucky Derby. That's what you keep talking about it that way. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, mate, I'm good. Yeah, I'm full of beans after Tuesday night, the slot auction. That was good fun to get along and be a part of that, and see all the big wigs throwing some cash around.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic evening. Thanks to everybody that put it on, and thanks very much to everybody that had us there and allowed us an interview. It was a great night. We're looking to get people's comments in, as always. Thanks for everybody that's already commented on the social media pages. Get your best bets in, because last weekend, Thomas Robin won $500 on La Creek. How good was that, Luke?
Oh, Robin them all. How good. $100 at fives, and he was very happy about it as well. So shout out to big fella. Great tip there. And I think a few people actually tipped it. There was actually someone just above him that tipped La Creek as well, so a little bit unlucky there. But yeah, everybody's a chance to win a $100 bet on their best bet, as long as you comment on something of the BGP socials so that we can see it. Reminder, be careful of those scammers. I think they are toning it down once they've learnt how we actually give away the best, the bet, which is via a bet that we put on, and we'll screenshot and send it to you.
Good to hear we've got on top of those bloody scammers.
Yeah, losers be losing.
That's right. We will be going through some of those best bets at some point. We're also going to run through some of the events. Obviously, 5 big races. I can't even name them all, but the Derby, we will be previewing them all. The lads will have some best bets. We've got a blessed bet as usual, so thank you very much for tuning in. You'll hear some of those later on. Get your comments coming in. As Dan mentioned on Tuesday night, him and I were lucky enough to head out to the NZB Kiwi slot auction. I was joking when I said that Luke gave us the checkbook. He didn't, which was really disappointing.
Don't have a checkbook, mate.
What? Nah, fair enough. We weren't bidding, but there were plenty of people bidding. Dan, I thought it was a bloody good night, mate.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, it was. It was great atmosphere. I thought very well run. I think it was good to have the barrier draw right before it. As per normal with TAB and Entane, like the food was good, the drinks were flowing, sort of loosened up. Everyone was, more than happy to have a chat with us. And then the auction itself was so cool. Like, it was really cool to see horses like Sea Change and Mufasa and Ginger Nuts, and just the whole way that they done it was, very cool.
Yeah, it was. Luke, did you get to catch it, mate, apart from on the social channels?
Well, I couldn't be there, obviously. I was actually running a workshop on money management and a bit of personal budgeting and whatnot for some business owners, and then I get out of that, and then I have a look at the BGP account and see people are spending $670,000 on a slot for the Kiwi. I'm like, fucking hell!
They've already made their money. They don't need to manage it anymore, eh?
Yeah, talk about a set of circumstances being completely different. But I tried to catch up on it all and see what had happened. I was really surprised at what all the slots sold for. I think one of the coolest things about this is that there's just good shit happening in racing, and it's really positive. We caught up an hour before this podcast kicks off, and we probably chewed up the first 20 minutes talking about the slot race and how does it work and how would you find the horse and whether other people will get involved. And I said, 2 years ago, we would actually be talking about, what about the abandonment during the week? Fucking hell, I wanted to have a bet at Hastings, and look what happened.
True.
And there's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing exciting happening. It was all just backwards looking. But when you've got cool stuff like this happening inside an industry, it takes your focus towards those things. And I think the industry's desperately needed it. So, get in behind these things and be a part of them, and create history, because this will be the first one in 2025, and we're looking to see how we can slot into it, so to speak.
Absolutely. If you didn't catch it, I think hopefully you can catch it on Trackside or YouTube or something like that. It'll be worth watching, or we did some content out there as well. It was absolutely fantastic. We had some really good people, Dan, buying into the slots, obviously. The Tayakos, the Brendan Lindsays, the Daniel Narclays, the Wexford Stables, a few from Australia as well.
Yeah, mate, 100%. I think our favourite slot holder is probably Daniel Narclay.
Oh, yeah, what a legend.
Matt, you met him for the first time.
I texted the lads that night saying I got to meet my idol. I don't know why I idolise him. I just feel like he's such a great character and he's got a big smile on his face all the time and he's passionate about horse racing, and I was so pleased when he got a slot.
Keen as on cheese on toast.
He loves a cheese on toast, and he also wants to partner with BGP Luke on this. Well, he's put it out there.
Jeez. Well,
I seen it on the socials.
we might have to head down to the bloody Volare, open a bottle of red wine, and see what answers we find at the bottom of that.
Let's do that at Friday lunchtime, and then by Friday midnight, we'll be ready to go. Have something signed.
Definitely. Yeah, look, we'd be keen to find a way for us to be a part of the race, and there's obviously a lot of water to go under the bridge before the race gets here in March next year. Excuse me, but yeah, we'll certainly be entertaining it.
Yeah. Big time. Have you guys had a look at the futures market for that race? Have you got any winners for it? I wanted to interview Mickey G the other night and ask him what he thought, because no doubt he'd find it, but I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah, we have it in the Herald, mate. It'll be in there tomorrow. 400,000. Yeah.
I thought it was sort of said to you the other night. I reckon there's a very good chance that the winner of that race next year has not even raced yet. How often have we seen 3-year-olds come out and win the 2000 Guineas, or some of the other big 3-year-old races? Well, Orchestral. That's a perfect example right there. Hadn't run. Now it's the best 3-year-old this year. Like, that would be the hot favourite for the race had it been run this year.
The market's probably just open for the sake of having a market open, right? But if I was going to have a bet, perhaps Cool and Fast.
Oh, yeah.
Hey?
I meant
Can we
to
talk
ask-
about that horse? Is it? Oh, hang on, my heart's still beating. Yeah, good.
I did mention it to a few people the other night off camera, and they laughed, which I thought was incredibly.
It's funny.
No,
You mentioned it to everyone.
I know, and everyone laughed, and I've totally meant to ask Reece Trumper, and yeah, I forgot to.
Oh, well.
We were a bit too busy into Altari.
That's right. Altari won today.
Sat
Hopefully
3
some of
wide.
the people out there got that, because we did ask Reece Trumper during that interview, this horse Altari. Obviously, Hazy had tipped it out for us just before we spoke to him. Altari came home at $4 today. You saw the run, Dan?
Yeah, mate, it was huge. Stuck 3 wide the whole way.
Really?
And just fought on and just, put him away. Real good win.
Amazing. All right, that's good to know. Thanks very much, Reece. Yeah, right, you say, Dan, we might have to look into the trials forms to see who's going to win next year.
One thing on the Kiwi that I thought was cool that you guys picked up on and people spoke about was the clubs that have actually got a stake, and then they were talking about keeping their runner from the local region, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep.
So, Racing and then Waikato as well have got a slot, and Auckland Racing. So it's just bringing all these different dynamics, and that just creates more talking points, more stories, more content, more reach, and more people looking and figuring out what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, and sorry, Dan.
No, I was just going to say, because so they have all the iconic races that they have selected that if you win it and then you run first, second, or third in the Kiwi, they've got those big bonuses up for grabs. I think it's 500,000. So if you win an iconic race, so I think it's the Manawatu Sires Produce,
Yep.
which is the first Group 1 for 2-year-olds, right? If you win that and then you run first, second, or third in the Kiwi next year, you're eligible for a bonus. So if you win the Manawatu Sires Produce and you win the Tab Kiwi, you don't only just win the stakes, you win another 500 grand, which is crazy. But even the other clubs can be really creative with that sort of stuff as well. Imagine if the clubs just said, South Island is saying, well, whoever wins the 2,000 guineas that year, we're going to give the slot to. Or, you have to run in the 2,000 guineas to be eligible to be the slot holder. You can be really creative with everything.
Yeah.
Need to get some spreadsheets going.
You've got to make it financially viable, don't you, Luke?
Yeah,
You'd be
well,
talking
look,
about-
someone needs to run the numbers on this, What I would like to see, and this might be happening in the background, but wouldn't it be great if, now that these slots are locked in, if we could go out to outside the industry and pull in, year to year, maybe a Sky City or maybe even an NZME, and try and activate a little bit wider than just racing, so that we can get people along, and it could just be for 1 year, not for the 3 years that the slot, I think, is then entitled to, the slot holder, and just bring some more people into the sport, because it is a pretty cool concept and there's a lot of money on the line, and I think that could be a really good gateway for an organisation to go, we'll bring 50 of our team along and get involved in this, and it doesn't sound like there's too much risk involved. Okay, we can write off a little bit of it to some marketing or something, maybe not tax advice, but it would be really cool if we can see it going a little bit wider than just the racing industry. So hopefully there's some thought going into that too.
Definitely. There must be some heavy hitters in the BGP community that run their own businesses outside of horse racing that might be keen to get involved. You can do it. It's worth giving it a crack and talking to some of these people that have bought the slots and seeing if you can do something to widen the coverage of the racing industry.
Yeah, what are you doing, John England?
Johnny, that's who came to mind to me too. And not that Rod Duke's part of the BGP community because he didn't respond to our email, but he's a fan.
Yeah.
Rod Duke could buy all the slots.
What about the Briscoe / something else slot?
Rebel Sport, is he Rebel Sport?
Yeah,
Both of them?
all the same. Yeah, okay.
Absolute legends out there. Get involved. Have a chat to some of these people that have bought these slots because they're great people and they want to do well for the industry. It's so exciting. We're a year out from that. We've still got loads of water to go under the bridge beforehand, but it gives us something to look forward to. And like you say, look, hopefully BGP can be a part of it in some little way.
We're making some inquiries, mate.
Good man. Righto. There's a few more events coming up before that. How are we tracking with the race by Grins and the Tab Trot, lads? Dan, you're looking forward to an update here.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
We got a slot, didn't we? That's what you said last Thursday.
No, look, we're still working on that. We came close, and we just missed on the line. I think we got run over the top by someone else, but
Who?
we're working on it. I don't know. But yeah, we're working on it. we're putting in the work. We're doing our best to see if we can really pump this event up. Almost 50% of the early bird tickets are gone. So there's only half of the early bird tickets left. I had a chat to Dave today as well, and our max capacity now is 150.
Really? Wow. So 100 of the tickets are on sale for $100 plus GST, and you get 4 drinks, a meal, perfect spot, plus a couple of extras we might find out about closer to the night, and then there'll be 50 more released after that, and that's it. We're tapped out. So
that's it.
You want to get involved early. So 50 of those are already gone.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Sheesh.
And we're still a while out, so I think those. If you want to come along, I think you need to get. Well, the early bird ticket's going to be gone probably in the next couple of weeks.
You can't even get 4 beers in the Viaduct for $100 anymore.
And a meal.
Shit, no. It's pretty good value for an evening of entertainment.
And do we know who the live band is afterwards yet? Have we got the...
He's told me multiple times.
I know who it is. Fatboy Slim.
Oh!
Isn't it?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know. There was someone, he was very excited about it as well, and I was too busy thinking about sort of other things that we've just spoken about that I didn't...
might have been True Bliss. Might have been True Bliss. I'm
Oh,
not sure.
no, they're good.
Yeah,
That's good.
good.
We'll cop that.
But the other thing as well, so if you're going on and you're going to buy tickets, they're also offering return bus tickets from Hamilton. So they're going to pick everyone up, like if you want to go and stay in Hamilton, they'll pick people up from Hamilton, take you to Cambridge, and then after the last, take you back to H-Town.
Where are we going in Hamilton again? What's it called?
The Outback.
On some street?
Hood Street, isn't it?
Hood and something. It's good.
Hood Street. Surely some folk from Hamilton will be coming along and they'll show us the ropes.
I hope so. When's the Chiefs play that weekend? Shit, we should figure that out. We could have a 3-day doozy. We're going to come back for the Warriors.
Well, the Warriors,
How's that going to work?
Hold on.
Yeah, look. No, okay, sorry.
Chiefs might be a 2 p.m. game, Warriors 5 p.m. But then you'll miss the racing.
We can watch that from FML Stadium.
There's a bit going on that weekend.
There's a lot going on.
Hopefully people saw the post going out for the Warriors as well. There'll be more to follow on that, but it is that Saturday afternoon, 5 p.m. against the Cat Cherry Evans and his Sea Eagles.
Good news. You spoke to Cameron George, CEO of the mighty Vodafone Warriors down there. Vodafone. Those days are gone.
He had his NZTR hat on there, so he didn't really expect the question to come. But something came through his desk that morning. He knew boys get paid were getting along, and he was pretty excited about it.
Was he wearing red pants?
He was.
Yeah, that's sharp.
He was wearing red pants. I really
Like a
rated
traffic
him.
light, didn't he?
Hey mate, you're going to stand out in these roles. You know, people need to know who you are.
So just on that, people going from Hamilton up to Auckland.
Sorry.
you got a couple of seats in your Tesla, do you?
To get back from Hamilton. Yeah, look, we'll figure it out, mate. Elon will drive us back. All right. I'll be in the boot.
Can you drink and get the Tesla to drive you back?
Not legally, but you can.
Does that work?
Yeah. Well, I've read about it online. I assume so. I
You're
wouldn't.
just going to do that last update, don't you?
Yeah. I wouldn't advise that.
Get someone to test it.
Yeah, look, I mean, I assume if you could do it in the passenger seat, you have to reach over and hold the wheel every now and then because it wants to know you're still paying attention.
Not legal advice.
Not at all. No, these are just things I've seen on YouTube, you see.
Oh, dear. Either way, righto. Luke's bringing a few people back on Saturday morning from Hamilton. The Tesla. So
I'll pick you up at the House on Hood or whatever it's called.
that's it.
Get
signed
on
up.
Hood, that is it. There you go.
Get signed up. Righto, let's just have a quick look back on last weekend. Did you guys know the GOAT, he didn't want me to mention this, but this is pretty incredible. And Luke, you can probably check the stats. Last 10 best bets from the GOAT, he's had 8 wins and 2/3. He got Rubicon Reigns home on Friday. Johnny Anglin and the ownership team. He's on fire, GOAT.
He is. He's really in form. We really, we're going into form into the old Karaka Millions, and we've just sort of kicked on with it amongst all of the tipsters. So bloody good going from the GOAT there. He finds them out wide. He finds them under the radar and under the couch every now and then as well. But hey, if they're winning, we're getting paid.
He's got one coming for us from Wingatui later on tonight as well. Obviously, the Harness Lad's got a double this weekend as well. Miss Yo, Sunshine Moment, and Luke, Snazzy Tabby.
Oh, hasn't she just been the form line of the season to
You
follow?
said it early too.
Yeah, and up over 2,000 metres. She just put them away like a young lad going to university. Handsome young fella, just getting the job done. So bloody good to see from Snazzy. And I don't know what happened, but into $2 by the time they jumped or something.
Is that right?
2.4. I was actually thinking about making it the blessed bet, and I pussied out and thought, I'll get greedy. We'll get into the Annie Bell as well. That got crunched and missed. But Snazzy was 420, I think, into about 2.4. And, yeah, duly saluted. So good to see you winning.
Absolutely. You did say going up to 2,000 metres, and it did get the job done. I think you can probably keep following it for the rest of the season. The race, Dan, your best bet, and Ted's contribute who had a pretty tough run. I think it got stood on in the first 200 metres, and then it couldn't find a way home in the straight. And you had the power play as well, which couldn't quite get there either.
Yeah. And so, Magnifique just, I don't know. Maybe it likes, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But the other one was a Cambridge Stud Colours.
Terra Micta.
Terra Matika didn't,
Just didn't do anything either.
Terra Mahir out.
Yeah. Neither. I thought that was great value, and I thought that was a great bet. But,
it was, yeah.
Clearly, it wasn't.
Absolutely, I agree. Magnifique's done that to us a couple of times now. When the lads get on, it's not the races, unfortunately. So
she's absolutely burnt my ass a couple of times. Really.
You were second, mate. Fashion shoot.
Yeah.
Just got done on the line.
Yeah, that was looking good, wasn't it?
Oh.
But went a little bit early. You wouldn't say it's not no one's fault, but I thought that was home and hose, and then
So did I. I had to take down the Instagram video that I took. It's like, Matt Daddy can find a winner. This is easy work. Fucking pose for the fashion shoot. Oh, fuck. Oh, what the hell? Who's that?
Gutted, eh?
Can't remember who bid it. Half decent horse too, I think.
Yeah, it's the Wexford Stables.
Yeah.
Carmen Line.
Carmen Line.
It's usually Carmen last, and it ends up bloody...
Back-to-back wins, eh?
Oh, I couldn't believe
You
it.
have said I'll never bet on that horse Carmen Line. I think.
No disrespect, but geez, it's hard to follow.
Came home at good odds too. One horse that was outstanding that everybody has won a little bit of money on. Campionessa in the Peter Young Stakes. Jesus, that was a race.
Yeah, I was watching that one in the toilet.
All right.
Yeah, finishing up at the office and something. I think I can go to the bathroom before I get down to the car, and sort of had it playing off to the side there. I looked over and I'm like, she will fight. If this horse goes past her, she will fight. And she just basically, righto, I'm not losing this. And I knew as soon as they hit the line, she's definitely won this, just on how tough she was. But that was a very, very good win. And I think Mark Walker might be striking at about 30-something%. So basically like 1 in 3 runners are winning over there and have the best strike rate of the trainers. So they are taking the quality horses over that can win these races, and they are just picking them off like a sniper. So you can back them with confidence with the ones that they are taking over. Hopefully I haven't jinxed that strike rate.
Bit of chat about Skew Whiff going to the Newmarket as well. And confidence levels sound like they're pretty high.
So Imperator's not going there.
Well, I don't know.
Far out.
Scoop.
They've got some good horses.
58 kilos apparently she's going to get. So that's a...
We're going to
bit of
talk
weight.
about a couple of them later as well, because I know they've got Quintessa over there this weekend as well, which is bloody cool. We talked about La Creek winning that Wait for Age Classic, but I can't remember what we said on the pod last weekend, but La Creek's run before that in the Westbury Classic, I think it was really, really good, but I feel like we were concerned about the rain coming in.
No, likes a bit of moisture. Pretty sure it's 4-2, 1-1 on a soft track getting into last weekend. But it's not good first up. It's never won first up. It's run second, third, fourth maybe, like there or thereabouts from 4 starts heading into this campaign. But second up, it's very good. I think it's 2 from 4, and that'll now make it 3 from 5 second up if my data in my brain is right from last podcast. So
Did you get some?
I didn't back it myself. I got too carried away with me old mate Desert Lightning. And yeah, I got struck by a lightning bolt because that was expensive.
Eggs, Benny.
Should have had a saver. It was stupid. Yeah, stupid. But I mean, the punters did back La Creek because I think closed up 4 point something by that, and it put them away too.
It's done that a few times in its career, where it's sort of like, I don't know, but we had a feeling about it that it could run a good race that weekend, but unfortunately, did you get any from it, Dan?
No, I didn't get anything. No, but I honestly, I thought we were going to be on a really, really tough track by the end. And just again, I read the weather and I read how much rain's coming, and then on the day, it's like 30% of that amount of rain that they said was coming comes, and it must be the news websites that I'm reading. So,
2024, and they can't get the fucking weather forecast right. This is critical information for degenerates like us trying to back a winner on a Saturday.
I'll bring it up again. Auckland's biggest floods ever. They didn't even know the rain was coming. It wasn't even on the radar. So, God, why would you trust these people?
Yeah.
We do have a lot to get through with Ellerslie. Keep your best bets coming in. But I just did have two more questions for you fellas. Captured by Love won the Mudda Breeders, beating Alabama Lass, and moved to Strike, I think, is my question. Are we off that horse? Because Savagely got the job done over it.
Savagely, damn. I remember watching the replay of the Karaka Millions. It's like, oh, shit, that's a decent run, that. Did nothing with it. And I think it paid 16s on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Captured by Love was massive. Also didn't mind the run of its Archaic Smile, isn't it, of Tony Pike's one. I think it ran into 4th in the end. But, yeah, I would not be dropping that horse. And, yeah, Captured by Love was just way too good, simply too good.
So a couple of things. Captured by Love, awesome. Alabama Lass was great as well. I mean, that was only its second run. I thought it was really good as well. But Captured by Love seems like a very good horse that wants to win. Move to Strike, it had fibrillation or whatever. What's the other thing called where heart goes out of
small heart
arrhythmia or something?
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so they're going to give that a pass, and maybe it might go maybe it might go well again. Savagely, funny enough, the only time my partner has ever shown even an inkling of interest in horse racing was when I was looking through the Karaka Million fields, and she was like, "Oh, Savagely, I like that one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that's going to win."
Hey, she seemed like she was loving the barrier draw.
Oh, I mean, she was free booze and food.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, had a good time. What did Savagely run in the Karaka Million?
Yeah, 5th or 6th, I think.
Something like that.
Right. Full Force never got
No.
let us down a little bit there, eh?
Big time.
Maybe come to the end of its run.
Yeah, shit. It was a very interesting set of results there.
So do we go again or move to Strike? I don't know. I'd find it hard to bet on.
It's going to go straight into the Group 1.
One or two sires.
Yeah, apparently. So
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think it still has to go through some maybe some veterinary checks to make sure it's okay.
Ted is here to save the day with move to Strike. He said got fibrillated.
Yeah, fibrillated.
Fibrillated. It just is a word that doesn't really look like how you would say it. So it had a bit of work done on the track. So there probably could be a bit on for it this week, eh?
Shit, really? On the track?
Yeah. Well, I presume because you were saying it was running, yeah.
Yeah,
What's that?
I just had an issue of its heart. Stick with is what Ted's telling us there by the sounds. So
Nice.
we'll
Thanks.
give it a chance.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, it was quite embarrassing to realise I couldn't say that word for a second there, to be honest.
Mate, try spelling it. Jeez.
That's a tough
So
word.
I read something the other day where Opie said that it was absolutely jogging at the 600 and thought it was going to put him away, and then by like the 400 it was gone.
He does really like that horse. So let's stick with it then. If Ted's giving us some information there, Dan, you did as well. That's very, very good stuff. We forgot about Infer over the weekend. We do have to move on to this weekend as well. But did you get on Infer, and did you have any other good winners that you want to let the people know about?
No, I did not get on Infirm, and I kind of like, how did we not?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, I think I got a bit carried away looking at all the good races at Matamata and didn't have too much of a look at those early races there at Otaki. Another good winner. Good to see Tavatak winning again as well. $5, good sustained run. Got the beat down on the line. Did not back that one myself. I had a pretty up and down day on the punt and ended up down after getting too carried away, after getting a little bit fired up after Snazzy Tavi and Campionessa were pretty quick back to back. And then I thought, fuck, I'm the man at this. This is so easy. And then, woo, racing will do that to you.
Kicks your ass, eh?
It'll humble you.
Dan?
Sit down. No, I didn't have anything of Infer or no, I got smoked on the weekend again.
Bugger. All right. Well, hopefully some people out in the community got some winners off some of those best bets that we gave out as well. Keep your comments coming in. We're about to get started with the Derby Day preview. We want to know what your best bets are if you have just joined us. Keep your comments coming in. Come on in anything, but let us know what your best bet is. We're going to let you know what our blessed bet is this week, which has already gone out on social media, and I believe we've got something at Ellerslie, Luke, in the last race. Is that right?
Yeah, it has to be a winner this one. In the last race at Ellerslie, we're going has to be a winner. $4 out to $4.80. Now, this horse has been a model of consistency. The barrier draw is against it on Saturday, barrier 13, but I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. So it's only won 1 from 9, but it's been second in 3 starts, and then fourth in 2 as well. So it's never too far away from them. It got beaten by Wallen and Vera Rose. Last start were around that, and basically they both run, I'm pretty sure, on Saturday, so keep an eye out for how they perform. You might get more and more confident if the form continues to stack up. You go back 2 starts, on a soft track it got beaten by Wits End. Now Wits End would have put 3 lengths on them at Hastings on Saturday, and then Terra Preta was behind Wits End and has to be a winner run 3rd. So Terra Preta then came out and won its next start. So it's running into pretty decent horses. We thought the $4 out to about around $5 should be a good bet. We're getting 4.8. Happy to have a crack.
That is pretty exciting. Something to look forward to right at the end of day at the end of day at Ellerslie.
Look, and I will be just on a level, making very rational choices by the last of the day on a Saturday, and quick $5 each way or something. Nothing silly.
Absolutely. Righto, Derby Day. We are going to be there. I'm bloody excited. It's been a pretty hectic 3 weeks for me, but I'm looking forward to getting stuck into some beers on Saturday. I'm going to get there early. What time are we getting there?
10.
Yeah. Is the lounge open?
What
10
time
to
are you
9?
let us in?
Whenever the bar's open, really, There'll be a few style lagers on tap.
I'm sure they'll let us in at 10:30.
Surely.
Mate.
Surely. Chances, Cam.
Yeah, I'm just here to put some decorations up in our room. Yeah, no worries, boys. We're in there.
It's the punters lounge that they do before the show, isn't it? Before the races, isn't it? That'll be live from Ellerslie. We'll get in the background and
Yeah, mill around.
it's going to be a good
Pop
day.
and answer a few questions.
Absolutely. Looking forward to joining with 75 others of the BGP community, as well as some people from the TAB community too. Thanks very much for inviting us and the community along. It's fantastic. Righto, let's get started. Race 5, the Haunui Farm Kings Plate Group 3. Geez, it's a tight little field, but Bonnie Lass, Luke, has come out as favourite from 270 into 250, and there's some pretty exposed form with some of these. It should be a good race.
Yeah, you can see why as well. Very, very good horse. Won 2 from 5 at Ellerslie. Someone sent us the DM last start. You guys underestimate Bonnie Lass. I'm like, fucking hell, no, we don't. No, you underestimate us. But yeah, barrier 7, $2.50. I actually thought, Mercurial's come up a pretty nice quote here. I was against Waitak last start. I will be again. Could be made a fool of, but just not for me. That win on New Year's Day, dare I say it, just seemed a little bit too good to be true. So happy to watch that go around as well. I may have egg on my face, but a very small field. When the field first came out, I thought, it'll be interesting to see how Petrucci goes in this race and draws well, barrier 2. And it was very, very good on Karaka Millions evening, making up a bit of ground, so we know it's going to like going around. Ellerslie got beaten by a pretty good one, but Bonnie Lass would have to be the form race. But Mercurial keeps beating all of these horses, so why are we getting $5, sorry? Maybe just not the fashionable horse, but on a good track, and barrier 1 seems to be going pretty well. But I'm going to get a little bit spicy and stick with Mercurial, and maybe even have some sort of power play around Petrucci as well. And look, it's only race 5 by the day. I know that has to be a winner will win the last, so I can bet confidently knowing that I can get a bit rasher at the start of the day and make it all back in the end.
Absolutely, mate. Mercurial, if it gets to the front, like it did in the Telegraph, I think it was, geez, $5 could be looking pretty good if it gets its own way, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, this race is a bit of a minefield because it's going to come down to tactics. I've got 2 bets in this race.
Let me guess.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 2 bets in this race. Tell me.
Dragon Leap? You haven't. You haven't.
I'm going to go again.
Oh, my
I'm going to go again. Opie gets up here. I feel like he's just not had the best luck. His last start, he ran the fastest last 400. Okay? He's drawn 4. Opie on. He's going to be closer. I'm going to give him another chance. $5 and $1.80. I'm going to go each way. The other one I do love, and I thought run absolutely like cracking race on Karaka Night, Petrucci. I thought it done. So it come from last.
Yeah.
Like out of the horses that didn't really make that much ground on the night run, and now Maria Farina was making ground as well, but that came from nowhere near as far back as Petrucci did. And I think the $9 and $2.50 is overs for that. So I'm going to have two bets. I'm going to bet on Dragon Leap each way, and I'm going to bet on Petrucci each way.
Why are you not Dragon Leap, Luke? Is that a stupid question?
Well, I just can't recall this horse ever actually winning.
It won the Foxbridge Plate on a heavy at Tarapa at the start of the season.
Wow. And then
But it ran some really good seconds behind Skew Whiffers.
It loves running a good second or third at the moment.
Maybe when it Ruakaka, I think it did. Yeah, awesome.
I know.
I just love Dan's. He's always like adamant that Dragon Leap is going to go well. I'll be handing out free hugs, mate, when it dogs you again on Saturday.
You know what it's like, though? If it turns up and wins and you haven't had a bet on it, you'll be absolutely devastated.
Yeah, it does go pretty good at Ellerslie too, doesn't it?
It's funny. My dad is like, because we were talking. It was this last start, and he goes, what are you on for? Whatever the race it was. I was like, he goes, hang on, fucking, let me get drink. Like almost the exact same thing, just like new. He's like, man, you betting too much with your heart here.
Yeah,
so I might be over invested, but I'm gonna go again. This is my last time.
Good on you, mate. Fair enough.
Good on you, Dan. I reckon in a smaller field, Dragon Leap could be probably running second. So $1.80's looking pretty good. Look, I don't know. Bonnie Lass, it's hard. Why would you get off Bonnie Lass after what it's done in its last three runs? $2.50 is too short, though, right? So why not look for something else? I agree with you guys, Petrucci. I reckon Maria Farina carrying 54 kgs. It's been running home so well in all of its runs. It'll probably run third or fourth a game, but why not have a go at top four? I just don't want to have a go at $2.50 win a Bonnie Lass. So, yeah, should be a good race.
Bloody beautiful.
Righto, let's move on. Race 6, the Sunline Vase. Over 2,100 metres. Vera Rose is in this race. That's a good horse. Righto. Dan, mate, why don't you kick us off with this one?
Yeah, mate. This is an interesting race because there was a couple of horses that got scratched here that were supposed to race yesterday. They were double nominated for here and for yesterday at Hastings.
Yep.
So there'll be a few sort of upset punters over that. I really like Livid Sky. I thought Livid Sky went really well last start. But if I was going to have a bet in this race, I think what I would do is I would probably have like a win in top four each way bet. Just a small little one. I wouldn't bet too much in this on Still Bang On. I thought a couple of starts ago it was really good. Last start, I think the word around town was that it was underdone. But before that, it was really impressive, and I thought it was really consistent. So, look, if they gave that horse a little break and they've brought it back, trying to get it ready for the Oaks, and maybe now it's a little bit more tuned up than it was last start, I'm willing to take the overs at 18s and whatever it's paying, $3.20 for top four, and just hope that maybe, fitness was the thing that didn't get it home last start, and now it's a little bit fitter, and we might see, something come.
Nice, mate. The only concern with Still Bangin', because obviously I like the horse as well, but I just wonder, is it the good track that undoes it as well? Because it was just like a little bit too ordinary for me last start, ending up 10 lengths behind them. But hey, Molly Bloom and whatnot are very good. But I think, I think we have to be a little bit cautious maybe around the good track. But I did read as what you said is that trainer basically said, yep, we'll be fitter and rearing to go for this. I like Vera Rose, now $7.50, $2.50. It's just sort of there or thereabouts. And I think up to a bit further on Saturday, I don't think it'll have any issues getting up over ground. So it went under the radar last start, run third, and it was paying $24. It only went down half a length. Now, if you go back start before that, it was 5 lengths off them over the mile, but you're looking at Sabina and Grail Seeker, the Entertainer, and before that at Pukekohe, probably just still needing to get up over a bit more ground too, but on a soft track, and it hasn't done anything. But good track, key for this horse, 2 wins from 3 starts. So I'm going to go Vera Rosa and hopefully can actually put it all together and might surprise them. But I do see there is a hot wee orange favourite down the bottom of the book, and I feel like you boys might know a little bit more about this horse than I do.
Kelly Alfarasha.
I can't even spell it or pronounce it.
Old Joel from Radio Horaki, who is Ted's biggest follower now. He's started a syndicate since a few weeks back where he realised that Ted is a very good tipster. Mate, he knows everything about it now, and he likes Kelly Alfarasha. I don't know why. I do know why, but Dan, I don't know why it's $3.80.
It smoked him last start.
Yeah, but what was the race?
I mean, it was a maiden in Matamata.
Yeah, I'm not saying it can't win it, but $3.80 seems a bit short.
Toy.
You put him away by 4 lengths quite easily.
Okay.
People come a knocking.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Not for me, but that's
You got
okay.
the Opie tax. You got the Walker Burgesson tax.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You're against it? You're against it?
yeah. Well, I just don't think I have a go on it. I don't see any reason. I know Tulsi hasn't won a race probably ever. But
Here we go again.
has it won it? Yeah, this is a Dragon Leaf, isn't
Yeah.
it? But it got well back in that last run. But honestly, if you look at the run down the straight, it was probably only about 2 lengths off Livid Sky, who it was 5 lengths off at coming the corner. So barrier 5, Lisa Allpress. If it gets a decent spot, I think Tulsi could run a good top 4.
That's what I sound like, is it?
Hey, you're not on it.
No, I'm just saying that's exactly what I sound like when I'm talking about Dragon Leap.
Yeah, I just can't get off it. Out of all of these horses, it's raced in better races against better horses, Molly Bloom, Mary Shands, and it's been really close to them. So I'd probably stick with it. There's one I really like Vera Rose, and Tony Pike liked Vera Rose before the race's last start as well. So Luke, you're probably onto one there. And then there's one Chorse at $26. That was in the same race as Vera Rose. It was dead last in the corner and came home really strongly. So at $26, don't know, could be a little bit of a roughie. But, yeah, I just can't get away from Tulsi again for some reason. I don't know. I think if it lands in a better spot, might get the job done. Righto, let's keep moving on. Keep your comments coming in. Sorry, team, we do have plenty of good racing, so we're going to keep them coming in. Hopefully everybody's commenting on their best bets. We will get to those, but we've got the Mufasa Stakes, race 7 at 4:03 p.m. We will be 403 export golds down between the three of us by then.
And Mainstream Plumbing sponsor this one, and they might need to come fix the toilets. See, and I'm spewing up after Dragon Leap's one races early. Come unblock that for us, Mainstream Plumbing.
And Tulsi's run top 4. I can't believe you've got off it, mate.
What am I doing? And also, I might be, having a celebratory Shandon after this when Taliska just puts them away. Oh. I notice Opie doesn't ride. Opie sticks with Certainly, which was very big last start. I see 3.5 into 2.7 back out to $3 around Certainly. I'd say many people will not be giving up on Certainly yet. I thought Pericles was very, very good last start. It's a little bit one of those horses, a bit like Pendragon, where it'll fly under the radar at 1-2 from 6, and then wins paying $30, I think it was, and beats Just a Floozy, No Rain Ever. But yeah, I'm going to have something on Taliska. This is a minefield for me, this race, and I'm just going to do a little bit of what you boys do.
Yes, season!
Just pump with the heart here and go, right, one more chance, time, or is it? And I'll be punting it again next start, So 16s and $4.80. Gee whiz, I might be taking it to win in top 8, and I reckon I should be a chance to get my coin back.
I'm glad you said that, because if Dan's Dragon Leaf and I'm Tulsi, you're Taliska. That's good.
100%. Yeah.
Dan, what do you got, mate?
Mate, I love a couple of horses in this. One in particular that I think I'm very keen on, I thought was huge last start in the KM, Ethereal Star. And it's $6.50 and 1.9 for top 4. Certainly I'm a little bit off. Like that run 2 starts ago, was it behind Quintessa, I thought was huge at Trentham. That last start where it got backed into $1.90, that didn't look that flash. So I'm happy to skip on that for now. And I think Ethereal Star, $6.50, $1.90. I mean, I'll probably put 10 each way on Taliska just because I'm with Luke, and if he wins, I want to win as well. But if he loses, well, so be it. But
I'll shout you a beer.
Yeah. Pericles, I mean, this is a really hard race to win, and a really hard race, I think, to just go out and out pick the winner. But for me, I think Ethereal Star was really impressive in that KM, and I'm happy to take the $6.50 and $2.04, or even $1.90 top 4.
Yeah, nice. I thought Ethereal Star in the Karaka Millions was huge as well. It did a power of work at the start of the run, so there's no reason why it can't win this race. I know Ted's got a best bet in this, but we will get to that at some point, and it is not one that we've mentioned. I have no reason to get off Pericles. I reckon this could be another Pendragon. Moroni, Gerard, you can ignore the stable at your peril. That's a real shit joke, but it sounds like Pericles. But anyway, I reckon Pericles won really well. Didn't like that one.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Yeah, that's all right.
Pericles won really well last start. It won really well the start before. It loves a good track. Barrier 2. I just can't see any reason why it won't go to the front and be really, really hard to beat. Thought Ethereal Star as well. Toss You 4, it's been running really well, but it's not paying enough for a top four bet, so we'll stay away from that. Hopefully people can find a winner out of that, and we'll get Ted's best bet out of that race tonight as well.
Yeah, again, just such a deep race. There's Geriatrics won last start. They were pretty keen on this on Karaka Million night, and it didn't do too much. Run second last, but again, forgive that track, it was $63. But it then won at Topor bet Arrowette. Now, I think Arrowette might be in earlier on in the day, so again, you can kind of keep a bit of an eye on that form line. But even a horse like Fox Club will go under the radar. It's around $13 from the same stable. It was actually only a length off Pericles last start. Before that, it was third and a length and a half behind I'm Unstoppable. It then won the start before that over Not Straight Laced. But we haven't even touched on Iris Legacy, which is very well bred. I Am Invincible out of Shillelagh. Very good mare, one in Australia.
Bottom of the book, you got Moe Down as well, who's someone's best bet. Was it the Goats or Ted's best bet a few weeks ago?
Ted's best, I think, a few weeks ago. Yeah, you're right. And Irish Legacy on debut was outstanding, only carrying 55 kgs. Ryan Elliott's in great form too.
I think if you like something and you can have certainly beat, then you're going to get paid. So back yourself and have a crack.
Are there any power plays in that race yet? I can't actually see any.
Not yet, mate.
Lazy. Get Paul Moati on the job.
The party.
Get
Ring.
Paul Moati on the job. He'll
Mate,
find
you
us.
had him on the blower the other day, mate.
He's a great guy. I really like Paul. I think he's good. That winner from Wallen, what was it? Paying $26?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's outstanding work.
$26 best bet. Sorry about it.
How good's that? Righto, let's get to the Rangi Toto Classic, and then we will get to the Derby. We're going to get to everybody's comments. This could be a long show. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of bloody previews, but this one we can probably run through really quickly because Daniel Narclay is going to win again, Luke.
Well, I haven't climbed Rangitoto before, but I might on Saturday when I conquer this bad boy. This is, look, it'd be outstanding to see Pour the Wine put 4 in a row, and I'm sure there'll be some wine flowing. But, hey, maybe we've got to stick with the snazzy, savvy form of Town Crier in here, and also Sugar Sweet. You're getting 6s and 7s around which of those would be your pick. And, I mean, I don't mind down the bottom of the book a bit further as well. Is it Jarifa or
Jaffrey or something, I think, hey?
Yeah, and we're looking for a power play in this race too, not open yet. I thought maybe Pour the Wine with that horse. But again, another very, very tricky race. I know you boys are pretty keen on Pour the Wine, so I'll let you take it away.
Dan, are you keen on it?
I am. My only concern is going from 1,200 up to 1,500. Like, that is a big concern. But, like you've just kept saying, like, this might be a really good horse. And it just might be. Like, it might just come out and beat them up. The other one, Ling Zhong Feng, I know I've been a keen on it a couple of times, but it did run home quite nicely in third behind Pour the Wine over 1,200. Stepping up now up to the 1,500. I think it's way more its go, and I think we might see it run home really well. That Jaffrey, that thing runs second to... Who did it run second to?
Master Fay.
No, it was Financier.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Remember, that was Goat's best bet
I
at
think it ran second to
Tarapa.
Master Fay maybe before that.
It was
too.
the start before that, yeah. It run second to Master Fay. Master Fay had its first start. That's run second to some pretty smart horses. So I think I'll take the $11 and top 4. What is it, $2.50 or something? I'll take that on $2.40 Jaffrey, and then I will. I'll probably do like a box trifecta. I think Jaffrey, Ling Zhong Feng, and Pour the Wine.
Great pronunciation, mate. I'll be asking Daniel Narkley on Saturday morning, is Paul the Wine going to win? If he says yes, I'll be all in. If not, I'll probably go on each way on Jaffe. Righto, let's get to the Derby. Oh, sorry, you guys finished with that race?
Yeah, let's go, mate.
Honestly, the Derby, this is bloody exciting. Sharp and Smart last year was paying about $1.40 by the time the race starts. I think it was hanging around the $1.80, $1.90 mark. This year's favourite, Orchestral, after it won the Avondale Guineas, got dropped into $1.40. There's no point running the race, according to a lot of people. This could be an absolutely outstanding horse. But, Luke, can you take $1.40?
Sheesh. I mean, fillies don't have a great record in the Derby, but this horse obviously looks very special. And Sir Ted says to us, just put the money in the bank account now for those who have backed it and those who own the horse. But she does look very good. I think for me, when J-Mac rode her and he said, this horse will measure up in Australia on Karaka Million evening, when he said that, Karaka Millions, it's just gives you the confidence of, okay, and I'd say that's why we're getting 1.4, we're turning the tap off, we're tempting punters just to put it into multis. It's a tricky day of punting anyway, so, something else is probably going to blow that out. You're going to get to this race, you're going to be chasing by then, you're going to go, fuck, I can't take $1.40, and you're going to have a crack at something else, and they're just going to have an absolute fill-up on us punters trying to figure out how can we have her beat. But let's just say that she's not in the market, then who do we back? What do we like? I've been pretty keen on the run of Ascend the Throne in its last start. We're getting around $10. I assume there might be a market with Orchestral pulled out. There is a Group 1 NZ Deeerby page, but I couldn't see if they had Orchestral taken out. But I actually have been keeping an eye on Moss Invader. It's just not quite doing enough for me to be like, bang, that's my runner. I actually thought Ascend the Throne was a better run than Moss Invader, so I had to basically talk myself out of Moss Invader, but we're getting 31, so the market doesn't really like it. But there's some nice power plays in here, and I think that's the way I'll play the day, because I don't want to sit there with a big ticket on Orchestral. I'd love to end a multi on Orchestral, for instance, and be a part of history and watch some silent achiever type action when she gets the job done. But I found in here Interlinked top 4 and Moss Invader top 8, $3.60. For me, that just felt like a lot safer and better bet than smacking up $1.40 around Orchestral to win into something else to run top 4, say. So, Interlinked top 4, Moss Invader top 8. Didn't mind that, and I might even have a best bet in this race later on too.
You do. Your best bet is very bloody good as well. The people are going to like that, and that power play is awesome too. Dan, are you on that one, mate?
I will be tomorrow at 2:46 p.m.
Right, when you've unlocked yourself from TAV.
Moving forward into this race, I think Orchestra is going to beat them up, and I think if you are keen on futures bets where you don't know if it's going to happen or not, if you have a look at the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, Orchestral is $26. She'll carry 51.
It's over 2,600, I think, isn't it?
No, it's 2,000 metres.
Oh, shit.
Elizabeth.
Okay, right. There you go.
Is that on the first day of the championships?
Is it on the last day?
Or is it the second day?
I think
Will
it's
we
on
be
the
sitting
second
on the
day.
couch?
Yeah, we might
We will be sitting. No, we had something else on. I don't know.
No, it must be on the second day.
Yeah, it's on the second day. We
Yeah.
had something else on.
We've got the Derby this Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Wherever that is. Yeah, sorry.
Nice. Captain.
So yeah, Orchestra. If you're gonna have a little bit, Queen Elizabeth, $26. I think it's worth having a little crack. I found something a little bit rogue here, guys.
Dragon Leap?
Renegade Rebel, Early Crow,
Oh, yeah, nice. $4?
$3.
3, okay.
But I'll take that.
Shit, married too. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I'll take that. And I don't know if they're going to do like the same race multi type thing. So I'd like have Renegade Rebel to Early Crow, and then maybe like Ascend the Throne top 3 or top 4 or something like that, and see if I can get $6. I don't know. Maybe we can ask the tab, see if they can price it up, boost
Yeah.
it.
Price it all up. Come on,
Price it
fair.
up,
Do it all.
Righto. What was your betting? Early Crow.
It's the Early Crow, Renegade Rebel, Early Crow, $3. And then hopefully we're going to get that mixed in with Ascend the Throne top 4 and get it boosted to $6.
What happened to Justice Sharp? Are you on just Sharp or what?
I don't know. I mean, I felt so gutted from the other week when the Bliss bet got cut off from
That was Churchillian's fault, though, eh?
Churchillian got scratched. Yeah. So I thought it was a great run. It doesn't look like a horse that's going to run the 2,400 in my eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was coming home quite well behind Orchestral, but yeah. Who knows? Let's see.
Humble opinion.
Fair enough.
Orchestral's going to be bloody hard to beat. Teako on Tuesday night, if you guys were tuning in on Tuesday night, they are very keen on Ascend the Throne. Reece Trumper has said that he thinks it can beat Orchestral if it gets the right run. So, geez, that's pretty good. That's pretty highly regarded, obviously, from the stable. So, at $10, why would you not have a crack? Luke, your 2 power plays that you mentioned, I'll definitely be having a go at those. We've forgotten about What You Wish For. Did you know that Steve-O is in the ownership group of What You Wish For?
Look forward to seeing you Saturday, Steve-O.
Absolutely. That's it. He came up and he told Dan that the horse was a bit frazzled before the run last start, so forget about that and it'll be good to go.
Was he at the barrier draw?
He was at the barrier draw, yeah. They threw a bit of headgear on him and...
Oh, Steve-O.
We should have interviewed him.
No, he was talking about the horse.
Oh,
they threw a
shit.
bit of headgear on or something and he got fired up and got worked up, and so... Yeah, next time.
How's your guy's hands? He's got a hell of a
Got
handshake.
a good
hey?
handshake, yeah. You're right. It's very strong. I did think of that straight away when he shook my hand. Good on you, Steve-O. Good luck for What You Wish For. I will be. I have completely forgotten. But yeah, Ascend the Throne, Moz Invader, top 4. I can't believe it's paying $3.60, top 4. It's been running so well in good company.
Warren Kennedy on too.
That's a horse that looks like it's going to make 2,400.
Yeah.
What do they know we don't? Like, how's it drifted from 16s to 13s? What have I missed?
Crazy, eh? And I know that this is absolutely outrageous. We've been throwing some out. City Gold ready at $101. I don't know. I saw that 2 starts ago behind Ascend the Throne, and 400 metres after the finishing post that had run past it. So that, to me, I thought, shit, okay, well, why not?
Back
I'll
to
put
last
$1 on
start.
that.
It's expensive. Hey, I actually have seen a $100 shot win the Deeerby as well. It was a horse called Crown Prosecutor.
Was it wet that day?
Can't recall. Don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, it can happen.
It can happen.
Favourites have been rolled. La Creek, Dragon Leap.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't, they weren't $1.40 shots and, looking like they could just run 6,000 metres and still keep going. But
The last 3 years, they've been won by stayers, not those kind of brilliant 16, 2,000, which Orchestral could be. We don't know quite yet, but everyone's pretty confident. So
She could be at the end of her prep too, and she might just go, you know what, fuck this.
had enough.
Had enough.
Yeah.
What are you making me run this extra straight for? I've already passed the finishing post. It's
Yeah,
done.
she'll be like, why is there no one in the stands like Kanaka Millions night? Bugger this and just stop running.
That's right. Holy shit. We've been going 53 minutes, and the people have been listening into us. Hopefully you found some winners out of that Derby lot. No doubt you guys have got some as well. Let's get to some comments. Get to the best bets.
So from the comments from the stream, we've got Richard Brown. He's going to the Big E, race 2 for Miss Martini.
Yes.
As we move down, there's Brad is Flemington, race 5, Bonnie Amore. We've got Matt Hill, who is race 8 at Flemington for King Colorado. Bruce is Wingatui, race 5, number 2, Magneto. What else we got going down here? Wayne is after, he's all in for Wallen, as you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah, good bet.
Race 2 at $3.80. Petrucci. This weekend, race number 5 is what Cairo is after. And if we go over to the Facebook page...
But while you're doing that, Matt Hill, is this the commentator that keeps on giving us a best bet every week, or is it not?
Must be. Oh, true story. The commentator for the Gold Coast Racing Club was emailing me last night.
Really?
Hey, mate, what's the story of the Punters Club? When does it close? No, he didn't.
You're a late brother.
He was like, oh, what's the rules, man? The terms and conditions and stuff. I'm like, oh, just give me a bit of the background. I'm like, fucking hell, man. Do you think I'm just like sitting here waiting for you to email? I'm like, here's a podcast you could listen to. It'll give you some insights. But he's like, yeah, okay, mate. Any other? I'm like, yeah, not sure, man.
Well,
It's not that hard. Just collect some cash and punt it.
and then on the old Facebook post from earlier today, Dominic's all in on Orchestral. We've got Tama here, who is reckons Storm Boy into Fangirl paying $2, easiest double you'll ever get.
I actually think I spotted that. Just sorry, when I went to the boosted odds earlier, there's Orchestral Fangirl on its Riff Rocket as well, all to win $6.50. Okay, that's starting to get a little bit dangerous.
And then we get down here for Scott, who's race 8 at Wingatui, looking for Mazzucato. Should win easily.
Oh, yeah.
Be happy to hear about that. We have Justice Sharp, top 3 from Brendan. Man, there's a lot of comments in here, guys. We're doing pretty well here. We've got Matt's after Race 8 Flemington, King Colorado.
Matt Hill, he can't have two.
Go on, man.
He's
Call the
double
races.
commenting left and right here.
All right,
man.
he's trying to win.
What's his
Good on him.
$100?
Yeah, and down here, one of the last ones will be Quintessa for top 4, and the Australian Guineas paying over $3 is what Logan is in for. So plenty going on there, guys.
Horny.
Nice. Mazzucato, that's Tayako down at Wing Tui. That's very, very good. Thank you very much for all your best bets. Just as sharp. Somebody is still keen on that from Barrier 18 at top 3. That's very, very good. Is there anything else this weekend that you guys like before we get to Australia?
I do. I've got a couple. Randwick Race 10, Kovalika. This horse ran second last year in the Doncaster. Someone sitting at this panel might have had a bit of cash on it. Don't know which one. You might have been there as well. Did you have Punters Club on it? You go to the Wires the next day or something, eh?
Oh, baby.
$5.50 and $2.10. J-Mac up. Good draw. This horse, I think this horse, it doesn't have the best fresh stats, but I just think it's a grade above these horses, and I'm pretty excited to see this one go around. I think it's got a good chance of running over the top. The other one, which I just heard in the comments read out as well, is Miss Martini. I thought it was a really good good win last start at Ellerslie as well, over the 1,500. So I like that. I've been looking through the fields and looking for horses that have run at Ellerslie. There's not a huge amount of data available, so some horses are going to handle it, some are not. I think up to the 1,600 looks good, and I think that's good each way bet as well, Miss Martini.
I just spotted in the first race down there at Wingatui on Saturday, there's a horse called Nucleosa, and it's by Al Manzor out of Nucleonic. It's a 2-year-old. Now, I'm sure that makes it a half to something decent that's going around. It might even be Ascend the Thrones Dam. I'll figure it out before we finish up, but I just recognise that dam.
Talisker, is it?
Huh?
Talisker. Cool and fast. Someone from Tiago.
Get out.
It's a bonus back racer at Wingatui in race 1, so you might as well find out some more information. Talking about Kiwi horses in Australia, Quintessa has already been mentioned. It's in the Australian Guineas Flemington race 8, paying $16.480. That strike rate that you talked about at the top of the show, I think 31% for Tayako and Mark Walker over in Australia. Geez, Quintessa in that BCD group sprint was absolutely massive finishing off.
Yes.
It's going so well. Pendragon's in that race as well at $21. That's 2 good Kiwi horses racing over there, Dan. You might have had a look.
I have had a look, and I was very tempted actually to almost put Pendragon as my best bet this week. I think our 3-year-olds really match up with theirs. There's Riff Rocket was huge last start at Caulfield, I think it was, or it might have been at Flemington the week before. I thought it was huge and it was a really good run, but honestly, I think that our 3-year-olds are up to theirs, and we proved it last year with Legato. Now, I'm not saying that Pendragon or Quintessa are Legato, but I do believe we have really good horses, and I actually think it's a little bit disrespectful they got Pendragon at 21s and $5.50. If Orchestral was starting in the Australian Guineas, she would be favourite.
Pendragon's been paying 21 every race, so they might as well just.
And he ran a really good second.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, $21, and I think it's $4 or something. $3.80 top 4. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you can write a letter or you can write your own tickets and just keep punting. You can teach them a lesson.
Yeah, take money off them, mate. You know, we had Prowess and Pennywecker last year as well as 3-year-olds that went over there and got the job done, so why not? Where's Pennywecker this season?
She's
They're retired.
Retired?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Come on, Matt.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Matt, cheers. Hey, I figured out who that horse is. It's the Kuali Al Farasha.
Hey, here we are.
It's a fool to that. So the exact same breeding, same dad, same dam, same mother. So they are, I think this one is a filly, and the one down there at Wingatui is a boy. So brother and sister.
Khalil Farash is going to win on the weekend now. You said that, eh?
Multi them both together.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
why
That could be
not?
the
Mum
go.
and Dad combo.
Yeah. Let's get that priced up.
That's a good idea.
Can we boost that as well?
It's $18,000.
The mother-daughter burger.
What?
That's chicken, egg, and bacon.
Hey, we get to the best bets, eh?
Right, let's get to best bets.
Yeah.
Righto, we're going for one here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. No more burgers for you.
Right.
Get on with it.
Mother-daughter, chicken, egg. Everyone
You
knows
start,
that.
eh, Matt?
10th best. Ellerslie, race 7, each way. Right, okay. Each way. Irish Legacy, $7.50 and $2.70. Well-bred filly who bolted in as a best bet on debut at Taupo despite being green. Big step up here, and she is still learning, but she has plenty of ability. If she can do things right, she can go close in this. Ted's best this weekend, Ellerslie Race 7, Irish Legacy each way.
The Goat's best bet, he's going to Wingatui, meeting number 6, race number 3, the Mare of Norsewood. Sock it to them, Corey Campbell. He'll ride, drops a kilo from its last start. Same grade, blinkers go on. Both his wins have been on his home track, so it'll be very hard to beat, especially when the Goat is going this good on his best bets. 8 from the last 10.
How good. The Goat's absolutely smashing it. I'm going to Ellerslie, meeting 2, race 4. And this was the best bet that I had a couple of weeks ago. Got scratched. C'est moi. It was my best bet a few weeks ago. Scratched. It's 2 from 2 fresh up. 1 from 1 good tracks. It does get back in its races. So hopefully there's a bit of pace on and she can get the gaps at the right time. But I think the $9 and $3 is really good each way value, and I'm happy to take it.
Righto, Scamman's best bet, race 6, Winning Bones tomorrow. This is Invercargill Harness. Been racing really well recently. The 2200 metre really suits, can step and run and give them something to chase. The Scamman's got home last week, so why not get on? Race 6, Invercargill tomorrow, Winning Bones. Luke, I want you to do this one because you had to do it last week.
Well, it's like a carbon copy. Fitzy is going to Rangiora on Sunday. Meeting 8, race number 9, Miss Yo. And if you missed out last week, you won't want to this week because he did tip her last week, got the chocolates, mare in good form, who gets into another winnable race. Probably should get a better each way price this week to get on, get paid, and don't miss yourself a nice winner.
Nice, mate. There was some jokes about yo-yos last time.
Oh, that's right. Damn,
Do you remember? You missed yo?
Get your pro yo out. Yeah.
Right.
I better keep going
Your
because I've got my best bet. I'm going to go to Ellerslie, meeting 2, race number 9, the Deeerby. I'm looking for Just As Sharp and Ascend the Throne, both top 5. There's a boosted option. For every dollar you put on, you get $5 back. I think that is an outstanding option. I do think both of those horses will be in that top 5. Hopefully, Just As Sharp can stay, and there should be no concerns with Ascend the Throne. So $5, great way for us to find out on Saturday.
Totally agree, mate. That is an outstanding bet. Unfortunately, Matty from Punt IQ couldn't get one through to us this afternoon, but he'll be back next week. Bit loose, but my best bet for the weekend is going to be race 6, Sunline Vars Tulsi, each way. It was almost dead last week, but it might settle a little bit handier this week, and it has been going very, very good. Last start at Ellerslie, it was only just missing out on Fortunate Son, hitting the line really, really well. It's been racing against Molly Blue, Mary Shan, and the rest of that lot all season. I think it hit the line quite well last couple of weeks ago over 2,000 metres, so keen to give it another crack. Don't want to not be with it this time.
Well, speaking of our favourite horses, if you put Dragon Leap into a multi with Taliska into Tulsi, you'll bankrupt the TAB. But also, to get some money to be able to do that, Ben's best bet, he's sticking with Millie Fiore down south. So meeting 6, race number 4, Benny Masters, his horse, Millie Fiore. This thing, geez, he can make some excuses for this horse. It sounds like a bit like Dan Rack with Dragon Leap. But allegedly, last start, this thing ran home, the last 631.75. Well, fuck me. They should call it a Tesla because that's way too quick. That's almost unbelievable. But anyway, maybe they've strapped a rocket ship to it because that is low flying if that's actually genuinely true. But Lily Sutherland can ride. So $6 and $2.30 down there at Wingatui. And the positive signs in print. Race number 4, bonus back.
I love it how Ben only gets a best bet in when Millie Fiore's running.
Yeah, look, he doesn't actually get it in. I just spot the horse and tip it out.
I know.
But he'll be back in it.
Thanks, Ben. Is he on his honeymoon or what's going on?
Surely. Yeah, we'll probably see him working on Saturday. No rest for the wicked, mate.
Yes, of course. That's good. That's
Can't
good
just
stuff.
get married on Waiheke and not do the mahi, straight back to it.
Absolutely, eh? Good work, good work. We'll look forward to seeing you there, hopefully, on Saturday, Ben. And, looking forward to seeing everybody else there on Saturday. Don't forget to get your tickets for the Race by Grins and the Tab Trot, because that's going to come up very, very quickly. And like we talked about, the value is absolutely outstanding. It's going to be a great night. Fatboy Slim confirmed to play. So why not end it on that note? But
Get out of here before we get in trouble.
Can't believe, anyway, the derby this weekend is going to be great. Dan, you looking forward to it, mate?
Yep, absolutely, mate.
Good man. Luke, any last words?
Shout out to all those people that are now watching on YouTube as well. Get the odd message from people saying, hey, I've just found the BGP podcast over here. So even some Australian listeners as well. So hello to all of you.
Howdy.
And good luck this weekend. Go the Derby, and we'll see you next Thursday after we've had a big old go at the Big E. It has to be a winner in the last.
Game, set,